Did you know a simple 3-second hug can tell a woman more about who you really are than a 3-hour conversation? If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and smash that like button. Welcome back to Mystique Psychology. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss our next video. Here's something most men don't realize. A hug can tell a woman everything about you, your confidence, your emotional maturity, and even your level of attraction. You can say all the right words and dress the part, but the moment you hug her, she feels the truth because touch doesn't lie. It's raw communication without any fake act or show. When done right, a single hug can ignite something in her that words never could. Most men hug without any real intention. They rush through it, or they make it feel too cautious, too stiff, and too uncertain. But here's the crazy part. It has nothing to do with your muscles. What they don't realize is that women are biologically wired to pick up on micro signals of confidence and emotional safety through physical closeness. She isn't just feeling your arms around her. She feels your energy, your breathing, and whether you are calm or in a state of chaos. In that split second, her body decides if you're someone she can trust or someone she needs to guard against. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Real attraction isn't about physical perfection. It's about being emotionally present in the moment. When you hug a woman, she isn't noticing your scent or your build first. She's noticing if your energy grounds her or if it disrupts her peace. If your hug feels rushed or needy, she senses that anxiety immediately. But when your hug feels composed and relaxed, she feels safe. And safety, not flashiness, is what truly awakens desire. Here's the truth. Safety and attraction are not opposites. They are partners. A woman only allows herself to want what she feels safe with. That's why some men leave an unforgettable impression without even trying, not because they said something clever, but because the way they touched her spoke volumes. Your goal isn't to force her to feel something, but to become the kind of man whose energy naturally brings out that emotion. When she's in your arms, your own calmness should tell her that she's allowed to let go, even just for a moment. That's when the emotional chemistry really starts to deepen. A hug is how your presence creates a real connection. It's a test, an exchange, and a lasting memory all at once. It's how she subconsciously measures your confidence, your control, and your true intention. When you learn to do it right, you won't have to wonder if she feels the spark, because she'll show it in ways she won't even understand herself. Tell me, have you ever hugged a woman and felt something shift, like she held on a little longer than you expected? Maybe it wasn't random. Maybe she felt something you didn't even say. The secret to a powerful hug starts long before your arms ever touch her. It starts with your energy. Most men think women just respond to physical closeness, but what truly affects her is if your emotions match your actions. If your words say one thing, but your energy feels unsure, she'll sense it instantly. A woman's intuition is sharper than most guys realize. She can feel hesitation or tension in your approach, your breathing, and even your eye contact before the hug happens. So when you hug her, do it from a place of calm confidence, not from desire or nervousness. Don't overthink it or try to perform. Your body language should say, "I'm grounded, I'm comfortable, I'm here." When you give off that quiet assurance, she relaxes, and that's when her attraction surfaces. Real attraction can't be forced. It has to be invited. This attraction is sparked by a deep sense of emotional safety, mixed with masculine stability. When you open your arms to her, do it slowly and naturally, not like you're trying to grab her, but as if you're offering an invitation. You want her to step into your personal space because she chooses to, not because she feels forced. If you're enjoying these insights so far, smash that like button. It really helps get this message out to more guys. This subtle shift from taking to inviting changes everything, because women aren't drawn to pressure. They're drawn to polarity. Your body language needs to signal the energy of a man who can lead without being a bully and who can be gentle without being weak. Now, here is where it gets interesting. When she finally steps in, don't immediately squeeze her. Take a tiny pause. Feel her presence first. Let that natural tension settle for a second before the contact deepens. That short pause says so much. It communicates control, patience, and total awareness. These are all the subconscious signals of a truly confident man. But here's the crazy part. When you actually do hold her, you need to do it with a firm but relaxed energy. You don't want to be too loose, but you shouldn't be too tight either. A secure man doesn't cling, he embraces. In that instant, what she's feeling isn't just your physical body, she's feeling your entire emotional state. If your breathing is steady and your posture is strong but relaxed, she's going to feel grounded. Her nervous system actually starts to mirror yours. That's when her body begins to associate a sense of peace with you. And that is incredibly powerful, because when a woman connects you with that calm, grounded energy, she doesn't just like being around you, she starts to crave it. If you want to master more of these subtle attraction secrets, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an upload. It's not about seduction tricks, it's about resonance. A man who can hold that space for even a few seconds without needing to prove himself creates a memory that lingers long after the hug is over. That's exactly what makes her think of you later on, without even knowing why. It isn't magic, it's presence. And presence is something very few men ever truly master. When you hug a woman, the most powerful thing you can do isn't physical at all. It's emotional stillness. But here's the thing that most guys get wrong. The reason so many men fail to leave a lasting impression is that they rush the moment. They hug like they're just checking a box on a list. They don't understand that a woman can feel the state of your entire nervous system the moment your bodies connect. If you're feeling anxious, she's going to feel it. If you're trying too hard to impress her, she'll feel that too. But if you are calm, centered, and quietly confident, her entire body will relax without her even realizing why. Now, this is where it gets really scientific. Touch, especially during a hug, triggers the release of oxytocin, which is known as the bonding hormone. It's nature's way of creating a real connection. But here's what few people actually know. Oxytocin only works in a positive way when safety and authenticity are present. If she feels any tension or a hidden motive behind your hug, her body is going to resist it. But if your hug feels grounded, like you're not asking for anything or seeking her validation, her guard will drop instantly. In that moment of respectful touch and clear boundaries, she feels both peace and curiosity. So how do you actually create that stillness? It's simple. Just breathe. As you hug her, take a slow, natural breath. Don't rush it. Let your breathing set the rhythm for the interaction. When you exhale slowly, you are subconsciously inviting her to match your pace. Her heartbeat will begin to sync up with yours. Her breathing will soften, and she'll feel held, not trapped. That is the huge difference between a hug she forgets immediately and a hug she replays in her mind for days. But wait, there is another layer to this that you need to know. The placement of your hands matters way more than you think. Keep one hand lightly on her upper back, firm enough to ground her, but gentle enough to be comforting. Your other hand should rest around her mid-back. It should never wander around or seem uncertain. That balance between strength and restraint is what builds real trust. It tells her that you know exactly how much power you have, but you choose to use it with respect. That's what makes her feel both safe and incredibly intrigued. Which of these tips surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments below. When you finally pull back, don't be in a rush to break eye contact. Look at her for a moment, not with a look of hunger, but with a quiet, steady warmth. That's what creates a lasting echo in her mind, because that extra second of looking into her eyes says, "I'm not desperate for your attention, but I truly see you." That is exactly what draws her back to you again and again. A hug like that doesn't need any words to work. It speaks a language that is far older than logic, the language of masculine composure. When you master that feeling, she won't just remember how your arms felt around her. She'll remember exactly how she felt while she was in them. Building attraction through emotional safety is key. There is something almost primal about the way a woman reacts to a man's energy during a hug. She might not even be thinking about it consciously, but her body knows exactly what's happening. Think about those tiny, subtle cues, the steady rhythm of your breathing, the firm but gentle pressure of your hold, and the stillness in your movements. These things tell her more about who you are as a man than an entire night of conversation ever could. When that energy is right, she feels a shift deep inside her soul that she can't quite explain. But here is where most guys get it completely wrong. They treat a hug like a business transaction. They hug her because they're trying to get her to feel something for them. But real, deep connection only happens when you hug her because you already feel something solid within yourself. A woman can sense when a man is whole, when his calm doesn't depend on her reaction, but comes from his own self-control. That's the kind of presence that makes her lean in without even realizing she's doing it. When you hold her, your goal isn't to take anything. It's to share your grounded energy. You aren't trying to convince her that you're confident. You're simply showing it by how you exist in that moment. That quiet confidence and the total absence of need is what makes her attraction grow. By the way, if you're enjoying these insights, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Now, here is a psychological twist that most people totally overlook. When you hold her with that calm strength, her nervous system actually starts to sync up with yours. It's a biological response. Her body relaxes, her mind softens, and for a brief moment, all her defenses just drop away. This isn't about manipulation. It's about emotional resonance. It's how two humans align their energy. The more she associates you with that feeling of deep peace, the more she's going to crave your presence. Now, this is where things get really interesting. After the hug is over, don't rush to fill up the silence. Don't try to crack a joke or start talking too fast. Just let the quiet linger for a few seconds. That silence is the space where her emotions can finally catch up to what just happened. When you step back slowly, while keeping your eye contact calm and steady, she feels both grounded and challenged. She'll find herself thinking, why did that feel so different? Why do I want more of that? This is the exact spot where most men lose the moment. They talk themselves out of the mystery, but your real power is found in the pause. The pause makes her reflect, analyze, and feel. It's what keeps her energy hooked on you long after you've let go. A well-timed, calm, and confident hug leaves her with one powerful impression, that being close to you feels like perfect balance. Once she associates you with that balance, with peace, and with a security that doesn't smother her, she won't want to let go. Because deep down, every woman wants one thing, a man who feels like home. But wait until you hear what happens next, because the way you leave is everything. When you pull away from that hug, the way you exit the moment matters just as much as how you entered it. Most men make the mistake of overcompensating. They either linger too long, trying to force the moment to stay, or they pull away way too fast because they're afraid of seeming too invested. Both of those are energy leaks. The real secret is all about balance. You need to master the slow, deliberate release, because that's what tells her you're the one in control while staying fully present in the moment. As you let go, your body language should speak everything your mouth isn't saying. Keep your posture straight, your eyes soft, and wear a small, knowing smile. This isn't the fake smile of a guy trying to be a charmer. It's the look of a man who is completely aware of his own worth. This creates a powerful emotional contrast. The hug made her feel grounded and safe, but the space you leave afterward makes her curious. And we all know that curiosity is the oxygen that keeps attraction burning. If you're enjoying these tips so far, go ahead and smash that like button for me. When she finally steps back, don't feel like you have to rush in and fill the silence with words. Let that energy hang in the air between you both. She's going to start replaying that exact moment in her head immediately. She'll ask herself why it felt so good, why she suddenly felt so protected, and why her heart rate changed so fast. She won't have any logical answers for those questions, and that's exactly what creates the magnetic pull. You see, attraction isn't built on logic or math. It's built on emotional imprints that feel impossible to explain. Your goal is to become that unexplainable feeling she can't shake off. But here's the crazy part that most guys never even realize. It's all about the energy you carry before, during, and after that hug. That one interaction determines if she sees you as just a guy she likes or a man she simply can't forget. If your mind is scattered, needy, or way too focused on how she's going to respond, she's going to feel that instantly. But if your mind is centered and your only focus is on the connection and sharing your calm confidence, her body reads that too. That is what actually sticks with her. It's not the physical hug that makes her want you more. It's the emotional aftertaste you leave behind, the quiet tension, the sense of control, and the raw authenticity. It's what she feels when you aren't standing there anymore. You aren't chasing her attention or begging for a look. You've already created a memory in her mind that she can't shake. So the next time you hug her, don't just think of it as a physical move. Think of it as a signature or an imprint. It's something that speaks directly to her nervous system, skipping past words entirely. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. If she walks away feeling more feminine, safe, and alive, she'll crave that feeling again. She'll start to wonder when she'll get to feel you again. Before we move on, I want you to reflect on one thing. When you hug someone, do you do it to be liked, or do you do it to connect? Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss our next video, and then drop your honest answer in the comments below. Most men think physical attraction starts with how you look or the words you use, but what truly captivates a woman is that emotional mark you leave on her. When you hug her the right way, when you master that stillness and confidence, you wake up something primal in her nervous system. She doesn't sit there and make a conscious choice to want you. Her body just remembers you. That's what makes her send that first text or think of you when she's lying in bed late at night. It changes how she sees you, even if she didn't feel that way at first. But here's the truth very few men are actually ready to hear. Most women are absolutely starving for a man who knows how to hold space for them. They are constantly surrounded by men who either treat them like an object to win or a goddess to worship. One guy treats her like a prize, the other like she's perfect. But the man who stands in front of her as an equal, calm, grounded, and unattached, he's the one she can't get out of her head. He doesn't need her validation to feel powerful because he is power in a quiet, steady way. So when you hug her, don't do it to test if she likes you or to see how she reacts. Do it because you truly want to feel her humanity. Which part of this surprised you most? Drop a comment and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Choose connection instead of trying to control the situation, because that is what real masculine energy is all about. When you do this, she finally feels like she can let her guard down and just be herself. And here is the secret. Once she feels safe, she starts getting curious about you. That curiosity is exactly what creates the first spark of real desire. But here is where it gets really interesting. Think about how your whole vibe changes when you stop trying so hard to make her like you. Instead, you focus on being the kind of man who naturally attracts her. Women can sense when you're acting out of desperation, but they also feel when your attention is intentional. They notice when your heart is steady and your breathing is slow. They see it when your body language says, "I am right here with you, but I don't need you to choose me to feel okay." That kind of presence is what completely changes the game. It flips the script in her mind. Suddenly, she is the one looking for the validation that you used to give away so easily. So, the next time you hug her, remember your goal isn't just to make her melt. Your goal is to leave her wondering why that moment felt so different. You want her thinking about the warmth of that hug long after you've let go. Now, I have a question for you. When was the last time a woman felt your actual presence rather than just a performance? Be honest and drop your answer in the comments. If this message hit home, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a brother who needs it. Real strength isn't about chasing. It's about mastering the energy that makes her want to move closer.